What if I told you there are 5 powerful psychological techniques so subtle they can command deep respect and admiration, often without the other person even realizing what's unfolding? These aren't just random tricks. They're the hidden tools of world-class negotiators, magnetic leaders, and persuasive communicators. Yet it's surprising how many people go through life never discovering them. Here's a question most people never ask. Why do some individuals naturally draw attention and respect while others fade into the background? The answer lies in understanding these exact techniques. Now, here's the real kicker. Once you truly grasp how these methods work, you'll begin to recognize them everywhere, in conversations, meetings, and even social media interactions. Today, I'm going to pull back the curtain and break each one down for you. These aren't shallow, surface-level hacks. They're grounded in solid, time-tested psychological principles that influence human behavior at its core. And yes, they work, regardless of someone's age, background, or experience. When you not only understand but apply these strategies correctly, you'll notice something remarkable. People will start to gravitate toward you, respond to your presence with genuine respect, and subconsciously seek your validation. Stay with me until the very end, because the 4th technique will completely transform how people perceive you, even in your very first encounter. Trick 1, the 2-second rule. Have you ever noticed how some people instantly command attention the moment they speak, even without raising their voice? Their secret isn't in what they say, but in the silence between their words. Most people rush to answer questions, desperate to sound smart or impressive. But confident individuals, they move differently. They take their time. They never feel pressured to fill silence, and that quiet composure makes them appear calm, powerful, and in control. Here's the fascinating part. Silence isn't awkward when you own it. It's magnetic. How it works. When someone asks you a question, pause, just for 2 seconds. It might feel small, but it completely transforms the energy of the conversation. That brief pause signals confidence and thoughtfulness. It creates a subtle tension, the kind that pulls people in and makes them pay attention. Suddenly, you're no longer reacting, you're leading the interaction. Example, if someone asks, "So, what do you do for a living?" Instead of blurting out an answer, hold their gaze for a moment, let that pause breathe, then calmly say, "I build things that change lives." Now they're intrigued. They need to know more. That short pause turned a simple exchange into a moment of presence and mystery. This technique is used by top public speakers, expert negotiators, and charismatic leaders to command attention effortlessly. When you slow your response, you send an unspoken message. I'm in control of this conversation. I don't need to prove myself. You'll want to hear what I say next. Trick 2, the unfinished sentence trap. Have you ever wondered why certain speakers can hold an audience completely captivated, like everyone's hanging on their every word? There's a secret behind it. They intentionally leave gaps in their sentences. How it works. When you purposely stop before finishing a thought, the listener's brain kicks into overdrive, trying to fill in the missing piece. That mental tension hooks them. Without even realizing it, they become eager, almost restless, to hear what comes next. Example, if someone asks, "Why do you think most people fail in life?" Instead of answering directly, say, "Well, it's not really about failure. It's about something far more dangerous." Then pause. Their curiosity will skyrocket. They'll instinctively lean in, craving the rest of your answer. This technique is a favorite among skilled storytellers, marketers, and public speakers because it keeps people's attention effortlessly. Remember, silence can speak louder than words. When used with the right timing, this method can make you appear magnetic, mysterious, and unforgettable, the kind of person everyone wants to listen to. Trick 3. The one-word shift. Have you ever had someone challenge you, mock you, or try to undermine your confidence in front of others? Most people react defensively. They argue, explain, or get flustered. But truly confident individuals, they use one subtle technique that completely flips the power dynamic. And all it takes is a single word. Here's the twist most people never expect. The less you say, the more powerful you appear. How it works. Instead of diving into pointless debates or letting your emotions take over, you respond with one calm, effortless word. Really? Example. Imagine someone says with a sarcastic tone, "Oh, so you think you're some kind of expert now?" Most people would stumble into defending themselves. But you simply raise an eyebrow, maintain eye contact and say, "Really? That's it. No anger. No explanation." In that instant, the pressure shifts completely. Now they're the ones scrambling to justify their words. Their confidence wavers and they begin questioning their own comment. This method is quietly used by skilled leaders, negotiators and speakers in high-pressure situations to maintain composure and authority without conflict or confrontation. It's a psychological power move that keeps you calm, composed, and completely in control, all without lifting a finger. Trick 4. The echo effect. Have you ever met someone who, within moments, made you feel genuinely understood, like they were completely in sync with you? That feeling isn't random. It's pure psychology at work. Humans are wired to crave connection, and one of the fastest ways to create that bond is by subtly mirroring the other person's words and phrases. Here's the hidden truth. When people hear their own language reflected back to them, something powerful happens in the brain. It subconsciously whispers, "This person understands me, they get me, I like them." How it works. This subtle reflection triggers a sense of trust and familiarity, even if you've just met. It's a technique top communicators and negotiators use to form instant rapport without seeming manipulative. Example. Imagine you're in a job interview and the interviewer says, "We're looking for someone who takes initiative and thinks outside the box." Most people respond with something dull like, "Yes, I'm a hard worker." Predictable, forgettable. But here's a more strategic move. I completely agree. Taking initiative and thinking outside the box is something I truly value as well. That small shift transforms the dynamic. Suddenly the interviewer feels a subtle alignment, as if you already fit their team's mindset. It's not about mindlessly repeating words. It's about reflecting their thoughts back in a way that makes them feel heard, valued, and drawn toward you. When used skillfully, the echo effect doesn't just make conversations flow, it makes you unforgettable. Trick 5. The inception technique. This final technique is the most subtle, yet by far one of the most powerful. It lets you influence people without ever telling them what to do. Instead of pushing your ideas onto someone, you make them believe it was their idea all along. Here's the fascinating secret. People rarely resist their own thoughts. They resist yours. How it works. Rather than giving direct advice or instructions, you ask a question that gently leads the other person to your desired conclusion. When people feel they've arrived at an idea themselves, they naturally trust it more and are far more likely to act on it. Example, instead of saying, "You should start eating healthy," try saying, "Do you think eating better could help you feel more energized and focused?" Now, instead of feeling pressured, their mind begins to agree with you automatically. They start rationalizing the thought as if it were their own, and that's when real influence begins. This is the same psychological strategy used by skilled therapists, life coaches, and elite communicators to inspire change without confrontation. It guides people's thinking gently, positively, and almost invisibly. And the best part, they'll walk away believing they made the decision themselves, completely unaware that you were the one who planted the seed. Now that you understand these 5 powerful psychological techniques, Remember, influence isn't about control, it's about awareness. Use these tools wisely, and you'll start to notice just how effortlessly respect, trust, and admiration begin to follow you. You can either walk away now, forget everything you've just learned, and continue living exactly as you always have. You can start applying these psychological techniques and watch how the world begins to react to you differently. Here's the truth most people never realize. Throughout life, countless people struggle for respect and recognition because they never understand the hidden psychological forces shaping every human interaction. They wonder why others overlook them, why their words don't carry weight. But influence isn't just about what you say, it's about how you say it, when you say it, and what you make others feel when you speak. But now, you're no longer like most people. You've just unlocked the same subtle tools that leaders, negotiators, and high-status individuals have used for centuries to command presence and quietly dominate social situations. When you master the echo effect, people will feel an instant connection with you, without even knowing why. When you apply the 2-second rule, you'll shift the power dynamic completely, making others lean in and truly value your words. The unfinished sentence trap will make you magnetic, unpredictable, and unforgettable. It will let you guide minds and conversations so effortlessly that people will believe your ideas were theirs all along. But here's a word of caution. These aren't tricks to play with. They're tools of real influence. Use them wisely, with self-awareness and integrity. Let them help you earn genuine respect, build meaningful connections, and protect yourself from being unconsciously manipulated by others. So the choice is yours. You can scroll away and stay the same, or take control of how people perceive you, starting today. If you're ready to level up your mind and your presence, hit that subscribe button and step into your power. Because from this point forward, the world will never see you the same way again.